Hi, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome back to all practitioners of love and light, currently in practice. Even those just starting up, like whatever level you're on, you're welcome on that. So all other energies must leave. It is mandatory. A mandatory prerequisite that you work from your heart chakra and you work on your heart chakra in the betterment of it. So I know that we're in alignment. Otherwise, you must leave now. You're not welcome here. Your energy is not welcome here, even if in passing. Angels of light and love, I call upon you to direct and protect these messages. My chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my viewers and fam. Okay, so give me a second. Today's, gonna be a good day. We're setting intentions for that. I decided, I need to get with the program, like the new program, which is being more in alignment with my intentions. Like, even if the world doesn't depict my desires. No, if the world doesn't quite mimic my ideal state, or how do I say it? Even as things are in manifestation and not currently in full transition, I must appreciate the process. That is part of the process. So anyway, I'm here for a new frame of mind, and so because of that, I decided to pull my Rorschach cards, both in color and the traditional black and white ink blots. Usually when I need to take things seriously and just kind of settle down and focus, I just go with the black and white version. I usually do that with my decks. And then other times when things get very complicated and just when I feel like there's a lot of resistance, which I feel like that currently is, happening right now with many. There's a lot of things I don't verbalize, but I see are coming into in full in it's in a full in-depth explanation, because I don't think people will really understand, since I never really hear it talked about. So I'm very reluctant in stating further, but I'm glad that I've planted seeds throughout, so that others will be more willing to talk, especially if they have a larger audience. And so I feel like what I've done is good so far, and I'm starting to see that, even though I have been validated by, supported by the greater forces. And so it's hard to digest that when you're not seeing it, when you're not fully witnessing it in the normal perspective. And so I've been challenged with that, because my path is different, and that there's I don't even know what to expect, but all of these wonderful great things, and then when I see my peers reiterate it, I kind of lose. I have to be honest, Spirit. I feel like there's a part of me that loses faith. It just kind of degrades a bit after I see all of my peers reiterate all of this great stuff that is due. And just because I've been there before, time and time again, and I don't know what it is. It feels like there's something wrong with me. But I think it's just the divine protecting me because of how foul my ex is being. Like how much jealousy is out there, and when they examine the locality of what you surround yourself with or what you're forced to be around, it's like they choose the weakest link and they go for that, and then so that's what they've done, and you can tell when somebody's really not working on themselves when they succumb to such manipulation. So it's nothing wrong with me, and there's nothing really wrong with the timing. It's just there's a learning curve in here that was just kind of thrown into the loop, that was kind of unexpected, and I think that was not really part of the plan. But the divine is so wonderful at recalibrating and using these other external resources to work as developmental tools. And so you have to appreciate that. Like if you're working for the right cause, then if you're working not just with, like, how do I say it, spirit, cosmic families of light and love, I welcome you in. My besties from beyond that also work within ascended masters of the like, ancestors of the like, and spirit guides of the like, I welcome you in, as well as inner children of the like. Okay, so how are we going to say this? Things are looking better, just incrementally, and I just wanted to take a quick moment to recalibrate myself, because when we do this, it's also an act of meditation. It's a way to rebalance and reciprocate, like, regardless of how many views it gets or likes or validation, whatever. I'm validating myself in this practice, and being able to just sit down with myself and like just hash it out, and possibly just have like a little running diary so that I can revisit. And sometimes we have to like revisit lessons to cement them. I think that's always true though, but maybe not always true, but for a good bulk, yes. So let's start with the Rorschach in black and white, okay? Spirit, what would you, for this new frame of mind, is there anything else that, like, I feel like, yeah, I'm just tired of feeling like in a slump. And when I checked the cards, Spirit told me, like, get up out of bed, like, you gotta wake up. You gotta do these things, So I prepped myself today a little bit more with my self-care, and I realized, oh gosh, I feel a lot better. And behind the scenes, in the workings, in the subtleties, I keep getting the King of Wands in reverse and the King, like big player energy, and the Page of Swords in reverse, which tells me that there's a lot of onlookers here, gossipers. I don't know how these little, like, flies, little mosquitoes or whatever keep finding their way in here. Like, I don't understand how, other than the fact that, there are, like, just lingering around. Every time, like, I'm working on my phone, doing something in particular where I'm focused on some material, I see one, like, flying around, like, the screen. It is insane. And this is not in complete darkness where that's the only light source. So it's just, it tells me a lot. They're quite obvious. And so, that's how they steal, certain pieces of information. And I'm so, like, I am so unbelievably happy with, like, how much retaliation and exposure there is in you know, everything's coming to light. Like the whole Balenciaga thing, that is so disgusting. That is like, I told you, filthy rich. It's disgusting. Lots of filth. And then, you know, just like how TikTok is able to present minorities, indigenous cultures with a voice, you know, as far as worldly news, what's happening on like other sides, other ends of the world. And it gives us a better glimpse. I know it is still social media, but like there's so much fake news out there, you know, like for real. I am super happy that voices are being heard. And yeah, so I'm good. I know Spirit's taking care of me. Okay, this is what they showed me. Okay, so let's start it up. So yeah, I'm just happy because like I know my work is being spread out through there, like through different channels, like just even the mere exposure of any of my, you know, workings with like spirit and the divine has created imprints, like within the like intangibles, and like nobody can really take away from that. It's just happening. And even though like I'm like kind of low key, like nobody really knows about me, you know, and you know, under the lights, that's okay. Like there's so much illusion out there that I know I'm doing spirit's work, like without a doubt. So, you know, I just have to keep on task. And I have to keep going, because sometimes I just like kind of daydream a little bit, and just being in the comfort of spirit, because like it's anyway. Here we go. Okay, so my turn. There's something that I'm not. Okay. This is a little bit more challenging. Okay. So in this one, card number 11, that could be either justice or strength in the major arcana. So some people have seen a pair of binoculars, a double chimera, I don't know what that is, black lung disease, a migraine headache, or turtles. So the closest thing that I saw was black lung disease, which is, you know, I just saw kind of that right here, kind of just dropped, you know. And so this is a little tough for me to see because I'm seeing like not full pictures. Do you see what I'm saying? So like these are two ladies kind of like in mink, you know, type of coats, you know, like with like little tutus. So it's trimmed with on the collar and the edges, okay? And you know, they're quite buxom, I would say. And you know, they have their hair in like mid-century, you know, up in a bun, but like, you know, like kind of grandma type of, you know, Renaissance. So one is looking the other way, the other is looking the other way, but they're both kind of like doing the side eye thing. Okay. They're holding a wrench. This is the last part I saw. Okay, like something to like fix, and they're kind of mirrored, right? So like if they had their hand up on each other, like hand like a glass right there. So that would be one person's left hand, one person's right hand. Obviously. So they're like in a dance to fix something. And this is like, so it's kind of like high fashion, you know, people who are of the wealthy elite. And it's like the right hand, when they're mirroring each other, it's like and they're seeing each other, it's like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, although, you know, when it comes to fixing things. So they're like in a scramble as far as like understanding, you know, their likeness, their fuck ups, and, you know, figuring out how to fix that. There are no legs here, so they can't get out of their situation. They're looking elsewhere, like, okay, like trying to, what do you call it? Pretend as like there's nothing wrong because they've been caught red-handed, you know? So they're looking at the other way, but they're like trying to communicate with each other, or trying to, you know, so they're giving each other like the side eye, or trying to, but they're kind of stuck because there's no legs. And then their lungs are down here. So like as I'm speaking about it, it's coming clearer and clearer, because I have to think about also, you know, in the latter half, the latter leg is what we just talked about and how it relates to this. And so when I'm seeing that, like they can't breathe, almost, they're suffocating, they're caught in the moment, like they're holding their breath, wondering like what's going to happen, because they've been exposed this like multi-billion-dollar industry of like an umbrella of brands being tied like from like high brands. Like it goes from like what like this is what I learned on TikTok, okay? And I'm sure that we can all Google it up or whatever, do our own research. But it looked like it was for real. I mean, Balenciaga still being associated with brands like Gucci, and even down to collabs like with Adidas. And so it's just like you have to think about all these brands that are all connected. And it's not just high fashion, but like even P&G foods, you know, like Nestle, and how everyone is associated with like, it's insane how much control there is. So all that is coming into awareness, and it's not going to change overnight. That's just like a matter of fact, okay? But things are like, part of the process is the transition and the awareness to the problem. So so that, you know, your average person, your layman, is like, how do I say it? The community is recalibrating to a point of like organic collaboration, for real, because this is like what was, there was like a prophesized in one of my like first few live readings here, and it also connected with like extraterrestrials, and how we like preventative care has to start here. And like the basis of it was that that it's just gonna keep getting worse. It's just gonna keep getting worse until like everyone suffers, and they realize, holy fuck, we gotta do something about this. And so it's like almost like the warring levels the playing field, so that every culture, every facet that raises like a blind eye to, you know, all these happenings, they're going to feel it on every level, including those who feel like they're untouchable. So most certainly. And yeah, so and then when I saw it like within, I think it was like that state, it almost looks like the clownfish, Finding Nemo, right? Yeah. So too, like, that's just what I saw on that. No, I mean, it could be a reflection. I didn't quite finish the full mirror of it, but it's almost like the evolution of it, right? So it's like walking state, moving into its walking state, being in touch with its shadow. I didn't get any further on that, but I most definitely saw Nemo on this. And you know the story of Nemo with like the small, flipper. So it's having like that can-do attitude and being action-oriented, but like with the spirit absolutely behind it. This like, it's not just raw defiance, it's there's raw spirit powered by that, within that. And then when I turn it upside down, it looks like, kind of like a butterfly almost. But I also see like hip bones here, like the x-ray of hips. It's not exact, but there's something about it within that alignment that it looks like hips to me. So it's like transformation within our sacral chakra area. Most definitely. Yeah. Transformation within the sacral chakra. Interesting. And there's also something about dance with this. How in order to refrain from being stagnant, like all of us can, dance. And, in some way, just like create movement. It's a sacred language when it comes to many cultures. It's an art form, definitely. And yeah, like I always find myself reluctant to dance because like I think it's a fear of being seen almost, or like how I'm seen, or like not knowing different ways, and I just feeling very limited. There's like the lack mindset there, and if that happens for me, I think that happens for a ton of people. When it used to be like an everyday like sacred ritual type of offering to collab with the ancestors. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, and then we're going to get the frame of mind here with the Rorschach in color. Okay, Spirit. What do you want for that? Is it that one? Okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay. My turn. That is so insane. Like, oh my gosh, this is insane. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, the divine really wants us to talk about this stuff. Okay, this is insane. Okay, card number 6, that's the Lover's card in Major Arcana. So, oh my gosh, for real, 2 satanic figures, upside down high heels, a lobster, or a speculum. So, I did see the first 2, which is 2 satanic figures and upside down high heels. Do you know how insane that is with Balenciaga? Like, oh, that's insane. Insane. Like, I am thrown about. I'm just looking. Okay, so we started out here. So we got the high heels here. Okay, they're red too. So what is that? Louboutins? Well, red bottoms anyway. But that's insane. And then like these fashionable type of pants or whatever, and the legs go up. So do you see these two satanic figures here? They're just kind of playing like this spinning wheel, right? And there's flames up on the top. So do you understand? Like, that's insane. Okay, I didn't really get anything from this. Let me just look at it one more time. No, I don't get anything from that. But then even here, I still see oh, now I get it. Okay. Oh my gosh, for real. Okay. Like, you know, it's like someone being fucked over. Like, I don't know, sorry. Yeah. Like, you know, legs up in the air, like, you know, pound for pound, right? But when you look at this, there's still two demonic figures, but they're swine. Do you see the snouts right there and the ears and then the wings? These are, and then like the shoes. Do you see that? Like these are fancy shoes, like with like some kind of laces, like they're boots or whatever. The other one doesn't, their other foot doesn't have it. So it's like, even with each other, there's limited resources. So it's like they have to split. It's not like one can't like have both pairs and then the other can, you know, borrow the other pair, like, you know, at another given time. It's like every man for himself. And so when you're at that level of like swine, that's what happens. Like demonic, seriously. And the thing that was just like, oh my gosh, shh. Those are the red slippers, Dorothy. You know, like when the wicked witch of the, I think, East, because the West survived, the house that fell on the wicked witch of the East, which is, I think, the darkest one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Right? You know, that's insane. That's insane, spirit. That's insane. There's even like little blood spatters here. You know, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Like, I don't even understand. How did you do that, Angel? It's like, that's crazy. You're crazy. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Mary L. Tarot. Anything that you want to say with regards to this spirit? Angels of Love and Light. Oh, okay, 2 right away. The Tower and the King of Wands muted. Okay, so this is on the inner plane. People who thought they were like really all that and above it, you know, King of Wands, they're experiencing a Tower moment for sure. Like everything is up in flames. They're trying to keep it chill, like quiet. They're getting their PRs, like the highest, like their PR, their legal, everything. There's commercial PR, there's, legal PR. They're getting their shit on lock. And the thing about this is that within this tower, this is the only tower where I sense the presence of demonic influences. And I only saw that during the last time that it's right there. And instead of like being 3 in here, there's like 1 ousted. So this is a depiction of inner temple and outer temple, like they're microcosm and macrocosm. So that's just a taste of what this is here. And so in context to the King of Wands in reverse, I mean not in reverse but muted, is people who like, this is, the Queen of Wands is highly coveted because like she knows her power, she's got it going on, she's extremely attractive. Being that 6 is the Lover's card, that means like, yeah, you're like the shit, like hot. And so like the King of Wands, the masculinized version, the masculinized version of it is just like out there, so in this muted form, this is like, do you see it? Like how it's like kind of bubbly here and kind of bubbly here? That is one of these, you know. And it's very, like, how do I say it? Because we see blonde hair here, you know. Not to get, like, you know, my blonde viewers upset about this or anything, but it's the basis of that. Like, they also misuse the learnings, the teachings of the Ascended Masters. Like, if I were to verbalize what is the Ascended Masters think of this, it's a disgrace. If I were just to, like, translate into layman terms, this is absolute bullshit. But yeah, they're saying in the best manner possible that is an absolute disgrace. That is sacrilege. It's you know. So they're actually they're pleased that it's going down. What song is that? It's like a hip hop song from a while ago. It's like, it's going down. What is it? It's like, how do I say it? I forget it. It's like, it's going. It's like a Lil Wayne type of beat. You know, Watch My Shoes or something like that. But it's that bounce beat. But they're saying, like, it's going down. I don't know what the, sorry. Anyway, 5 of Cups in reverse. So they're gonna have to say goodbye to that. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to, like, let that one go. 5 of Cups is in reverse. It's, are you already say your goodbyes, like so, like, old stuff, like old hurrahs. Like, there's not even a last hurrah. You didn't think that last one was gonna be the last hurrah, but that's it. Old days are over. Oh, I remember when I told you I was like, the old boys club is no more. Like, I petitioned for it. I don't know, maybe like a dozen, maybe 20 readings in to my lives. It was when my ex called the cops on me for taking away, you know, his little device that allows him to cheat the system so that they think that he's actually working from home when he's not. And he used to abuse that, like, he still does, like, a lot. This, like, $30 device, he called the cops on me for 20 years. Like, seriously. And saying that I'm not being amicable with this divorce, like, holy smack rolls. Anyway, why did we get to that point? 5 of Cups, saying goodbyes. Angels, will you help me remember what that was, if it's important? I was just, like, caught in dismay again, like, I don't know why I said that. But saying goodbye to, like, old times and just kind of moving on. Wow, why did I even share that? It was applicable, though. I don't know, maybe I'll, like, write it on the description part if I remember, if it is important. Yeah, old times are over. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So what do you want to say about the 10 of Pentacles? Because it's laid on a recipient hand. So doing away with that energy, like, there's no salvaging that. So what's done is done. They've crossed the line, and it was so blatant that the whole world saw it. You know, that they severely miscalculated the intelligence of the audience. So, 10 of Pentacles. on our recipient hand. What do you want to say about that, Spirit? Okay, I'm gonna let it go because it's like bothering me now, and it's creating stagnancy. So I'm gonna let that go. If you want to help me remember that, and if it's important for others to know, then that's fine. If it's just a flag for me to revisit later, then like so be it. Just let's move on. Okay. Okay. So this came along, 3 of Wands. Yeah, our ships are coming in. This is a huge way maker, okay? Because this is pronounced. This is allowing us to have, like, regain our wealth. It's this is like legendary wealth. There are new, this is not just a new frame of mind. This is a new era. But the prefix is the context of our not just our consciousness of like being mindful, because like way back when, I think on YouTube I did this thing, this review on the Enochian something. I was wearing a purple shirt and it was like doing a car reading, like tester type of thing. Anyway, towards the end, we got further into explanation, almost like lecture style, like, in a classroom. And it was the difference, like exploring the difference between mindfulness and cognizance. And from what I was guided to say anyway, was that mindfulness is like just your state of being within your locality at your present moment. It's almost like your perspective. It's like it's within context of the here and now. So mindfulness is great, but it's there's also a limitation to that. So that expansiveness to it, to like kind of accentuate that, would be cognizance, and is like the all, like a more circumferential type of understanding. It's perception. That's perception versus perspective. So what I was explaining before was perception. Perspective is more with greater context. So we're looking at perception being like the mindfulness type of arena, like within that locality, within like a snippet, versus perspective and cognizance. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're looking at here. Okay. So this new era is facilitated with that, first foot in the door, the ideation of it with cognizance. So Page of Wands in reverse. So what are you saying? That we need to tie up loose ends, and with that there's a binding here, that when we come into this new frame of mind, we have to really examine. I think this is being like a retrograde period. If you look at like astrology from like what I lightly tapped into, but if we're looking at our way of being, we're going to be triggered for sure. I mean, that's the period that we're in right now, and so it's revisiting the same like frequencies, and we have to really observe like what ticks us off and what our triggers are. So the lower frequencies and the higher frequencies where things go ballistic, and with that, we're that will give us more power in tying up loose ends to bind situations like this, bind the powers that be, that abuse them, that keep us under, that keep us segregated and ill-educated, fake news, limited offerings from what's really going out there, treating, how do I say it? it's a degradation of our power. So in order to do that, as a student, we have to relearn ourselves and take back the power, just critiquing, like fully being honest with where we could improve, and accepting like certain faults, so that we can acknowledge it and move on, and address on how to do things better. So it's really just a self-audit. Like, a lot of people don't like auditors. I personally love auditing, so I'm going to be upfront about that. I love auditing. Now, it's one thing to like catch errors, but to implement them, like especially with corrective actions, even a little complex for me. All right, 8 of Cups in reverse. So we go back, like it's we find ourselves, we come back, we bring in like the new winnings, like we're brand new. Our perspective is just like reiterated to us. I mean, it's we feel more whole, collectively speaking, like we've grounded ourselves and we're just coming back to our situation. And I think that's like, it's just really finding the calmness back within ourselves. Like, Spirit just like wants us to have like a little bit of a timeout, not escape route, just a timeout, so that we're not reactive to situations. Page of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of liars, gossipers, people who are willing to cover up the truth and protect their own tail. Most definitely. That's what that is. They misuse the dragon energy, the dragon spirit totem. Spirit knows this. It's been happening for a while now, and I'm not okay with it. Like the dragon spirit totem always comes through for me. Always, always, always. So anything that I can do to protect, I shall and will. So these, oh my gosh, what they're doing, okay, because in my previous readings, they have been, banned from using the dragon spirit totem energy, and like they're almost powerless doing that. But you know what they've done? What Spirit is telling, like what the divine forces are telling me, if not the dragon energy, because I have it surrounding me, is that they're getting new recruits. Pages are like new recruits, okay? They're learners. They're getting new recruits, and they're tapping into those, like, these people have like almost given up their will, but like sold their soul in some aspect, like within like a lower frequency almost, so they can still tap into the dragon spirit totem. So what they're doing is like renting like their souls, their time or whatever, and so these other higher forces within the hierarchy that are banned from it are like siphoning within their energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, tell me, like, seriously. That's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of it through that. So now that, like, I put it out there, now that it's known, like, it's weakened their energy. Like, they're not going to be able to do the same. No. Like, you just have to speak it out into, well, I know all I have to do is speak it out into existence. Like, the awareness of it. And then my soul family knows it for sure. And it's going to be, spread like wildfire for sure. Like, I don't know, anybody who is, who wants to abuse, like, I don't, no. So, fellow protectors. That's what we're looking at here. what we're doing is we're going to create blocks, like filters, almost binding filters within these hosts, within these new recruits. The dragon energy shall not be siphoned through them. What's going to happen is that when they open those portals to their host, that dragon spirit totem is freed. They will not have access. They shall not have access to the dragon spirit totem. Within that energy exchange, the fluency of energy is going to depict dark, ill-intended energies from the siphoning source, the manipulative force. The dragon spirit totem will be able to read that energy and will be able to be freed within that point of contact. That is what will happen. Okay. And so it is. Okay. Anything else, angels? Is there anything else you want to say with regards to this? Oh my gosh. The light is extinguished. That is insane. Okay, so what am I going to use? Give me a second. We're not going to allow for that. Wow, the lights are not coming through. Like, seriously, like the wick is lighting, and then all of a sudden it goes out, and I have it like sideways, so I know it's not like because of the there being too much wax or something. So give me a second. I just need to restart this. Just make sure that it's going. So there is a lot of people. There are people who are very like not happy with that. That's their problem. Oh, still, that's insane. You're not welcome here. Okay, just give me a second. I need to get this all situated here. Okay, that's working. All right, here we go. Anything else, angels of love and light, spirit, dragon, spirit, totem? Anything you would like to say? That one. Okay. Two of Cups. Creating balance, creating harmony. They are indeed pleased with that offering. Yeah. Yeah. Because the dragon spirit totem is like goat energy. You know? Four of Wands. Yeah, most definitely. We're seeing like, okay, so we see the dragon, the orange right there. We see that we respect it, closing, like tying up loose ends. We see that energy here, and then usually like, this is kind of like chariot energy, except one is black and one is white, but this one's like red, fire, right? We see that right here as well, the fiery, aspect of the Four of Wands. It's strong foundations, because this is a survivor. So it's self-actualizing, this card. It's home and hearth. It's stability. It's fortitude within the inner and exterior temples. So even though others might present like, what is it, like rape and pillage type of behavior, this is survival. They may try to like throw their energy, like project their energies of the tower moment onto us, but we're the true survivors. We're still standing. We still not just embody growth, but we still have untapped potential. This is just a phase, a snippet. So when it comes to the dragon energy, this is good. This is good. They can't use that energy on us anymore. Yeah, this is like the veins, the veins of a dragon spirit, within it. So we're self-actualizing that spirit because the act of respecting it so much as to assist in a manifestation of its protection is it's how do I say it? They appreciate it. So it's like an automatic upgrade when we protect them in that manner. Four of Swords. It's the thought energy. They're saying absolutely it's the thought that counts. We keep seeing master number 44 appear. But you see the great billow of clouds here. It's the smoke that came from here, from that. So it's the thought that counts.